Hello, Talking Fight fans. Welcome once again to The Scoop featuring the champ, Bola Ray. We have got a really exciting episode lined up. This is one of the champ's favorite fighters.
Oh, dear
ever.
God.
This is going to be a show to end all shows. You guys are going to love it. Whenever the champ and I get to speak, we speak of this guy so highly. This guy is up there on our list. If not top 10, certainly top 5. He is one of the great Canadian fighters who went on to fight around the world and do so well. I mean, I can't express, how much this guy has changed my life, let alone the champ's life.
Yeah, of course.
Champ, why don't you take it away? Why don't you tell us who do you have lined up? Who do you have lined up for us tonight, champ?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Because I got dressed up for this.
I see that. Yeah, it was that momentous an event. Oh dear God. And bottom line is he's not lying. Today's guest is a throwback from way back, the original Golden Boy.
Yep.
That was his nickname before anyone knew of this Oscar De La Hoya cat. He was a sensational and exciting orthodox fighter out of Kitchener, Ontario. Another one from Kitchener. I don't know exactly what it is about the water in Kitchener. It just breeds champions. Like several Canadian champions. I think as many as 8. If you want to include me, 9. I started my boxing career out of Kitchener. So he was born in Kitchener, but he didn't stay there. He started his boxing career out of Kitchener. But more importantly, my name is Bola Raymond Olubuwale, and this is The Scoop. Today's guest was supposed to be none other than the Golden Boy, Donny Lalonde, but our wires got crossed. So this is going to be a short and quick and sweet one.
No, hang on. He's in Costa Rica. That says it all.
He's living the life. Let you trust me on that one. But he's living in Costa Rica.
So to all you fans out there who appreciate the career of a boxer, where do you end up? Costa Rica. Come on, what could be better? Living the life. He's been out fishing all day or scuba diving all day.
Exactly.
Or
and
bird
forgot
watching.
The time.
And absolutely. I mean, they don't keep track of time down there. Come on, seriously.
You know what's ironic about the scenario? Tomorrow is his 61st birthday. And he forgot or something. Okay. Tomorrow is his 61st birthday.
Hold on to your hats. You tell me Donny Lalonde's older than me?
I didn't think anyone was older than you. But
yeah, yes. Me neither. Wow.
Yes.
Like I'm okay. I seriously remember this guy as the Golden Boy. So to imagine him as being older than me is, mind blown.
March 12th, 1960.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, he's only a few months old.
Yeah, he aged well.
As opposed to me. All right, let's talk about Donny Lalonde's great career. Come on, let's have it.
He had a decent what's called amateur career. Started off in Kitchener. Left Kitchener, moved to Manitoba. Winnipeg was where he made his fame in boxing. Turned pro in 1981, and just was exciting and electrifying. Period. Goes on. He had his first something like 5 or 6 wins until he saw his first loss, a decision. He ended up going off and revenging that loss immediately, and then goes on again to amass a pretty good record, like 19-1. During that, he ended up getting the opportunity to fight for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. It escapes me right now exactly who he fought for it, but yeah. Oh, Mustafa Hamshel. He wins this fight and goes on, has a defense, and shortly after that, he goes up against the legend himself, Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, this scenario was unique because we're going back to, I believe this was in 88, November of 88. I remember that. I don't remember the actual date. But November of 88. And I remember this being a young kid watching this guy going, he didn't stand a chance. He's too pretty. This is back in the day when big, fluffy, long hair was big in the 80s. And he had big hair, big, fluffy, blonde hair, and blue eyes and the whole 9 yards, a golden boy. And he's going up against the pretty one, Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm like, wow, good luck to you. And he more than held his own. He actually, it was an entertaining fight. It was, even though he got knocked down, I think in the 4th or 5th round, he came back. And I remember seeing him rock Leonard with the right hand. And I was just going, I never thought that would come or ever be this scenario. Only to see, well, then Ray does what Ray does and got him back. The fight goes, actually wasn't, I think Ray stopped him in the 10th round. But that wasn't the end of his career. He took some time off and he made a comeback. Now, what had happened, that fight was really unique in that it was also, the WBC had just started the super middleweight division, just created a super middleweight division, 168. So Donny had to compete, or they compete from both titles, both the super middleweight and the light heavyweight title at 175. But he had to qualify. He had to get down to 168, which people thought was a little bit off-putting because at the end of the day, he never fought that low. And is this the best idea for him? They thought he'd be a little bit too weak. When Donny assured everybody that he was perfectly fine. He made weight and went on to do his thing. When Ray relinquished his light heavyweight title, Donny came back and fought for that title. I don't believe he won the fight, but then he, again, didn't hang it up, just kept plowing forward. He ends up coming back and he fought for a world title once again, one more time, when he fought Virgil Hill for a cruiserweight crown was a cruiserweight light heavyweight in Winnipeg. This has to be, I cannot think of another time in history where there was a world title fight in Winnipeg. But again, a great showing, went to the decision. He lost on a unanimous decision, but he was a game fighter. And then he retired. A couple of notable things that I remember hearing about Donny, and I wanted to question him about it, was he went down to New York and was being trained by Teddy Atlas before the fight with Leonard. And I think they had like 6 or 7 fights, maybe 8 fights together. But for whatever reason, that union didn't mesh, and Donny ended up leaving Teddy Atlas. Now, with that being said, when Donny fought Ray Leonard, Teddy Atlas was so incensed, so enraged, because this was a huge payday. It was just shortly after the fight that he wanted to kill Donny Lalonde. To the point, I heard that he actually went to Donny's house with a gun, knocked on the door. And if Donny had opened that door, Donny wouldn't be here today. Not just that. Knocked on the door, no one answered. He then sat around and waited for a while. He was going to get Donny. And I wanted to talk about that because, wow, that's the second time I've heard of Teddy Atlas actually attempting to shoot somebody. Yeah, he's a little unstable, just a wee bit. This is what it is. I met Donny once when he was being inducted into the Canadian Boxing Hall of Fame, and deservingly so. Great guy, down to earth, chilled. He is the way I used to think when I was really young. My aspiration was to be a world-class volleyball player, but a beach volleyball player. And we're talking real young. I'm talking early 80s. But yeah, I saw myself being a beach bum and just playing volleyball. And this is what I envisioned a beach bum being like, just laid back, just enjoying life. He currently lives in Costa Rica, and I assume that's exactly what he's doing, enjoying life. Who needs a watch when you have paradise? So, with that, I don't have much more to say. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so as I can bring you more of these things. It's your boy Bola, and that's the scoop.
Hang on. Thanks very much, Ray. Appreciate that. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to like it. But for this reason, in the mid '80s, I worked in Bermuda. I worked at a hotel called the Elbow Beach Hotel.
Okay.
And every day we'd go down to the beach and just kind of like just lay there like beach bums, as you're describing. But one of the things that we did in mid-afternoon was kind of scrounge up a few players to come play beach volleyball. And, we were mid-20s, and we would just walk around the beach and go, hey, do you want to play some beach volleyball? And literally 9 or 10 of us on each team, and we would call it jungle rules beach volleyball. In other words, there were no rules. Yep. You've been drinking beer all day, and you're throwing balls around the net and having a great time. And at the end of the day, this is you're absolutely right. When it comes down to playing beach volleyball on the beach in a place like I imagine Donny Lalonde is doing right now in Costa Rica, he is not doing it because I want to win. He's doing it because he's having fun. And
Exactly.
When I was a young chap and managing a hotel in Bermuda and playing beach volleyball, it's because it's fun, and living on the beach is fun. You get away from it all. So
Yeah.
okay. That's one reason I'll hit that like button, subscribe to their show, because you reminded me of a great memory of when I was a young guy with the flowing hair and playing beach volleyball with lots of attractive young ladies in bikinis, and there's nothing like it. So I can 2 thumbs up for Donny Lalonde, having a great career in the boxing world,
Absolutely.
enjoying life down in Costa Rica. I'm sure he'll come on to explain. You know what the funny thing is about Teddy Atlas and all those guys? You hear these great things about these guys, but what you don't hear is what you mentioned. Is like this weird little dark side of the boxing industry, you know? And you sit there as a fan, as I've often said to you, as a fan, I never heard this stuff. You know, like I was saying to Neil the Deal earlier. You know, we migrated from this great era of heavyweights where you had the Ali, the Frazier, the Holmes, and the Foremans all duking it out. You never knew who was really going to win. You know, and you kind of you know, and then you went to the Mike Tyson era, and you never anticipated a Buster Douglas kind of guy. Okay, but at the end of the day, there's always someone there who's going to disrupt, if you will. And Donny Lalonde was one of these guys who came along and really, you know, he just showed the joie de vivre, this fun aspect of boxing, if you will. I never saw him as a fan. I never saw him as a fierce, mean, weird, just a fun kind of guy who hopped into the ring. You know, whether he won or lost, it didn't really matter to the fan. He gave it his all. He had a lot of fun doing it, in my opinion, because I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And to hear that story, I mean, let's get this guy on the show and let's hear his side of that. Because I'm blown away by hearing that. I mean, yeah, you've said a lot of stuff, by the way, that has blown me away. But that was a good one. So for two reasons, I'm liking this show tonight. One is that great memory of beach volleyball in Bermuda in the 80s, a long time ago. And the other is, wow, bringing guns to doors and I want to kill you. Again, it's got to be a movie. I mean, you have told me on so many occasions, here's a movie scene. Like, wow. Sorry, I was ranting a bit there. Sorry. Yeah, man, let's get him on the show. Let's tell him how revered he is still, and let's get him on the show. Let's wake him up. Let's slap him out of that little hut he's in right now, or maybe he's floating on one of those floaty things in the pool and drinking a pina colada. Who knows?
I swear he doesn't have a watch. I'm going to ask him if he has a watch.
Who would? Who
would?
There's a reason you moved to Costa Rica.
Exactly.
You know, you're living with monkeys and you're eating bananas off the tree, man. I mean, you're having a good old time, and swim with the sharks and having a good time.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much. I appreciate it, Ray. Tomorrow night, being Friday, I hope you've got a good one lined up.
I do. I'll keep you in suspense.
Fair enough. Thank you very much.
Right.
Remember, guys, like, share, subscribe. If you're going to subscribe, hit that notification button, and you'll get notified whenever we're going on the air, and we go on there every day. So we'll see you tomorrow night, Ray. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Cheers.